All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So sorry for being late. um, we're here though. We're here. Man, like what's going on with my clothes? Like everything is just all off. Anyway, so look, we're gonna get into it because I am a little bit behind, but I don't want to keep y'all late because I already know it's 10 p.m. On the East Coast, and some people Monday nights, you probably like, I done had my feel for today. Like I'm super busy. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing rolling. Shout out to every single person that is jumping on right now. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very much for tuning in, either live or tuning in to the replay. Y'all, as you come on, please do me a favor. I really, really appreciate it. Before we get into the disclaimer, y'all like the videos. For those of you on Facebook, I was about to say TikTok because I was just talking about TikTok. Okay. YouTube. YouTube, I need y'all to hit the thumbs up first, okay? Then you do the hearts and stuff as information is flowing and you feel compelled to do so. All right. Also, if you have not done so yet, subscribe to the channel. That's a great way to help me out, as well as hitting that notification bell so you know when I'm going live, because that's a great way to help you out. Okay, so you know when I am present and I am about to drop some info that you may need for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. All right. And if you're like, you know what, I'm really loving the way that you teach, I'm really loving the way that you break down information. Listen, it definitely helps that you're here. I appreciate you. I'm very grateful for you. But here's what I ask everyone to do, because I'm not being stingy with my time nor the information. I'm going to ask that you do the same. Okay. Sharing is caring. So if you know that you're not a selfish individual and you are a sharer like me, then feel free to share this with at least one other person that you know is getting involved in the trading world, that is curious about trading, that has already started but isn't really having that much success, and they may need a little nudge, right, to get them on the right track. So go ahead, share, 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 share. This is the perfect time to do that before I get into this disclaimer, okay? So now the formalities is out of the way. Disclaimer, y'all. Remember, trading and investing in any market can contain substantial risk and is not suited for every individual, okay? Remember that every trader and investor learns and performs differently, and that means our results will not all be the same. There is a potential for a trader and investor to lose all or more than their initial investment due to numerous factors. Remember, y'all, this is why I always tell y'all it's suggested that you only invest money in any market. It doesn't matter what market it is. You only invest money that you can afford to lose. You're not going to miss. It will not cause you to be homeless. You will not, lose your electricity. Your phone will not get cut off. Your car will not be repossessed. Okay. I want you to use your disposable income. All right. If that's an additional $500, then you use that $500, because it's not going to make or break your family. All right. But again, you only do that when you know it's not going to jeopardize your financial security and or lifestyle. Remember, again, I am not a financial advisor. I never have claimed to be, nor am I a licensed trader. I do not work with, I am not partnered with the CFTC or any other government official or agency or anything of that nature. I say this all the time because I want to make sure it is perfectly clear, y'all. I am a student like you. The only difference is I may have more experience, right? I probably have made more money than you. I may have more access, whatever it is. But at the end of the day, I am just a student that is willing to share my experiences, good, bad, or indifferent, with you in hopes to help you to avoid some of those common pitfalls that a lot of us make that are starting out as traders. Okay. So I am only sharing information on this YouTube channel for educational purposes, only for you, the viewer, to do your own research. Okay. Please do your own research. Fact check me. I love it. Seriously, I really encourage it. All traders and investors that utilize any strategies discussed on this channel, services and products shown on this channel will do so at their own risk, because you are expected to do your own research, correct? Okay. And keep in mind, y'all, past profits do not guarantee future results. All right. So that is the disclaimer. So hopefully everyone got it. Again, thank you all so very much for jumping on, tuning in live. And for those of you tuning in on the replay, shout out to y'all as well, okay? Because I got it. Timing is everything. People have stuff going on. Life is life, and so I'm here. I'm here right along with you. All right. So last week, I'm going to go into our results from last week because I know some people. Excuse me. Sorry. I know some people are wondering, like, well, what happened, Leona? Like, I saw the market today. Listen, let's not worry about today. I am going to cover a little bit of what happened today because I was on a live with the Einstein of Wall Street. Paul, I said Paul Tudor. I was about to say Paul Tudor. Peter Touchman. Jeez. Peter Touchman. So I was on Instagram live, and he was answering questions, and there were so many people that were talking about how they have blown their account or got close to blowing their account trading today, and calling it a bloodbath and all kind of stuff, y'all. And I was just like, what were y'all trading? What were y'all doing? What strategy are y'all using for you to talk about blowing accounts and almost blowing accounts? Like, what kind of risk management are you doing or not doing? But anyway, so I will kind of touch on today just a little bit because I already know that that's something we're going to talk about next week. But anyway, so last week results, we had gold did go up in price. It got close, right? To actually no, I'm going ahead of myself. Let me stop. Gold went up. Okay. It went up over 500 pips. I'm just going to leave it at that. Gold went up over 500 pips. It did clear all of our profit areas. So whoop, whoop, we're good to go. We'll go. USD, JPY, that one went up over 150 pips. That one cleared our profit areas as well. Whoop, whoop. Now, SPX 500. Here's what I say with SPX 500. So when I show y'all this, you're going to be like, but it hit the profit area. I'm going to tell y'all why I put stop, meaning that's a lesson, okay? A loss on my end, I would say. Even though last week I was, not feeling well, having the flu and whatnot, and I didn't trade, I still will be honest. If I were to look at that, if I would have been in tip-top shape and I would have looked at SPX 500, I would not have taken the sell. However, I would have taken the buy. And so this is why I want to show y'all what I was looking at versus just talking about it. Okay. So SPX 500, it did go up over 300 pips, right? But it did not hit the profit area that we established on the last analysis. So that's the reason why I put stop. That will be a lesson in the market. So that brought our record for the month of January to 7-2. That's still really good. It's like a 78, 77, 78%, right? 77, 78% win percentage. So that's still really good, especially, trading, just trading in general, right? That's still very good. So, yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. I'm going to show the chart though, so that way everybody can see. For those watching the replay, y'all will still be able to see it. You don't miss out on seeing why I said what I said when it came to SPX 500. Okay, so David say that's crazy. I'm telling you, I wish I wish some of y'all were on that live, because he went live at like I'm thinking, what time was that? We were heading to, so it had to be like about 12:30 Central Standard Time. He went live on Instagram, and so he was answering a lot of questions because he's been trading for over 30 years, and so he was answering a lot of questions, and I was just reading I was commenting and everything, but I'm reading the chat, and I'm like, what the is I blew my account, and then it was a lot of people was like, man, I almost blew my account and I lost so much money on this, that, and the third, and blah. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? like I get it if you take a lesson, like you say, yeah, man, I did lose a trade, you know what I'm saying, or I lost a couple of trades today, I wasn't expecting that, blah blah blah, whatever, like I got it. But the way that they was in there like catastrophizing like big time, so, and they was asking some of the same questions over and over again, like, what do you think about things, the US dollar? What do you think about things paired with US dollar? And Peter kept saying, hey guys, I don't trade Forex. I only do like futures and options and stuff. And but they were still up in there like talking like he trade Forex. And I'm like, y'all go to somebody page that trades Forex. But anyway, so I just thought it was interesting how people were spazzing out today, over the market, But anyway, so yeah, let me share my screen really quick so we can look at how things played out last week. So okay. So I said I'm going to, oh, my bad. Well, I could do USD first then, since I'm already. What are you doing? USD Okay, so I want to look at last week, y'all. Don't pay attention to what's happening this week. I want us to look at last week. So I'm going to shrink this a bit. Okay. I got by, but so that means that thing be switching up my arrows. When I put it on StreamYard, for whatever reason, it switches my arrows, which is weird. So it was a sale last week, not a buy. Because I'm like, I thought the USD sold, but my slide said buy. I don't know what's up with StreamYard with that. But anyway, so we're here. So this is where we were last week, right? These were the profit areas that we established. Again, this was an imbalance that was found on a 4-hour. So I'm going to go to the 4-hour real quick. That way you can see where the imbalance is as a reminder, little refresher, right? So this is the imbalance here on the 4-hour from the 27th of January. So we were expecting price to fill this imbalance, right? This is a very large gap in the market because this is an impulsive move to the upside, okay? So it did fill the imbalance on Wednesday. This candle here is the one that filled it on Wednesday. So you should be able to see that on the 1 hour, okay? So here we go. This was Wednesday, 1800, which is 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, because mine is set for Central Standard Time. So that's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday when this imbalance was filled. And that was our second take profit area. The third take profit area was hit. And then as you can see, price continues to push down before coming back up, okay? But it did clear the sale area that's identified, which is the top of this imbalance. And if it were me, okay, if it were me, because I use, I have it on here, but I had an EMA, because the market's been a little bit different. So I've been confirming what I'm going to do with the EMA because the market's just moved a bit different with, the election year. I mean, not the election year, but with the new president in office, you have tariffs, all kind of stuff. A lot of changes happening in our economy here in the United States, and so I'm like, I'm probably going to be leaning on that moving average a bit more, than I normally would, to be honest. And it really did come in handy this week. Well, today for sure. So anyway. So if it were me, if I would have been, feeling well, then last week I more than likely would have put the trade in this one because it did pull back up and then it formed the new bearish candlestick pattern. Here's the issue with that. For me, depending on how far I would have put my take profit, depending on risk to reward, all of those things play a factor in it. So this probably would have hit a stop loss. Maybe it would all depend on, risk to reward and whatnot. So that would determine where my stop loss was at. Okay. And if I would have went on here and took it. Okay. But that's all theory because like I said last week, y'all, I was out with the flu. So I did not take any trades last week. But that was the payout for USD last week. So that one definitely was a go for the sale. And then go last week, and then I close it with SPS 500. Actually, no, because I'm going to end up talking about gold today. Okay, so I'm going to do SPS 500 real quick, and then to show y'all why I said that I would have said that it was a lesson in the market. Okay, so let's check this out. So when we were looking at it on last Monday, I have here, this was at that time the previous day high. Okay, so at that time, I said, listen, I would only be willing to take a buy for SPS 500 if it breaks and closes above the previous day high. That's the only way I would do it. And then I established this white line here where it says break and close below for sale. Now, I know somebody's going to be like, but Leona, it hit your profit, the take profit one area. Why wouldn't you count that as a win? The only reason why I personally would count it as a win, which I thought I put the arrow on here, normally, y'all, I look for retracement. So I look for price to do this. So it's going to break and close below here. It's going to come, pull back up. It doesn't have to come all the way up, but pull back up and then form a new bullish pattern. Okay. Once it forms and confirms that bullish pattern, then and only then do I consider taking the sale, right? That's the only way I would do that. In this case, it did not do that. It pulled down. Yes, it pulled back up. But guess what it did? It went straight into the sale. There was no confirmation for the sale. So that means I couldn't have taken this. And hopefully that's not going over anyone's head and it's making sense. That's the only reason why I wouldn't have done it. Now, for my people who scalp, y'all probably like, nah, I ate good off SPS 500. Yes, you probably did because you do something totally different from what I do as a day trader. As a day trader, I need a bare minimum risk to reward of 1 to 2. This didn't even set up for me to even say, hey, I could possibly get a 1 to 2. There was no confirmation for me. It just moved. Like, look at these long lower shadows. Okay. There was no real deal, big body saying, yeah, the sellers are in the building. Okay. So again, everybody listen, if you trade the way you trade and it works for you, keep doing what you're doing. But for me, I don't move just because something broken closed. No, I need a confirmation to back that up as well. Right. So what I said was, if I were feeling good yesterday, last week, and I saw this, I more than likely would have took the buy. Why? It closed above, it retraced, then it closed above again. Now here's the issue with this, because there wasn't a confirmation for me. So y'all know that I trade candlestick patterns, so this wouldn't have been an opportunity for me. But the issue with this in general is the reason why I said it's a lesson, because the take profit point was the all-time high. It didn't hit that. Okay, it didn't hit that. This is where it stopped at, and so I put a line there to remind so that when we saw the visual, right? I know I did say, y'all. I know I did say that. Hey, if you do take the buy, if it surpasses this previous month high at the time, because obviously we know this isn't the previous month high because January has now ended. But if it passed the previous month high, if I were you, I would move my stop loss where? To the previous month high. And then, yeah, this is the take profit point. Let it run, do what it do, but you've already secured the bag because now you don't have anything to lose because you secure profit. Okay. Not everyone does that. Okay. So again, I know I said that, but I just want to be clear. Like, not everybody does that. So that could have been a lesson for someone that day trades like I do. Okay. Because if they just waited for it to hit the take profit, then they probably would have lost money. All right. That's the only reason why I'm saying that, y'all. Okay. So nonetheless, I mean, we still ended the month really good, especially for trading. So it's not a big deal. But as you can see, but as you can see, I mean, it ended up doing everything. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to do. I wanted it to go into the sale. I wanted it to go down here. Anyway, so SPS 500, that's the reason why I said it will be a lesson. All right. So gold last week, like I said, I didn't get a chance to trade last week because I wasn't feeling well. But it did. First it sold and then it went into a massive buy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The reason why gold went into this buy last week and hit all of our profit areas. The reason why gold went into a buy because of the tariff talks, y'all. Like, investors are like, they can't make heads or tails of what's going to happen, like what's going to be the end result. They don't know who's paying for what. They don't know how much it has the potential to impact, because these are big numbers. You're talking about 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Then on top of that, 10 oh man, was it 10 or 15 that I saw? I read it. It was either 10 or 15% for China. So come on now, like investors are really concerned right now. So that's the reason why gold went. People are like, I'm just gonna put my money where there's a possibility, like, hey, it's gonna be good regardless. Okay. So if I would have been good last week, yeah, I would have took gold. I would have took gold. I actually would have probably been like holding to see if it hit the all-time high. Not even gonna lie. I would have been holding to see if it hit the all-time high. That's what I would have did last week. But again, I didn't take any trades last week. Okay. So that's how last week played out. Gold and USD JPY both hit our profit areas. Okay, and did very well. Oops, I mean do that. So that's it. That is all. All right. So let's get back to 10 in China. Thank you. Yeah. Because I'm like, it was either 10 or 15. I know I read it. So what happened to my thing? Can y'all hear me? It looked like it froze. Hold on. Oh man. Hmm. I don't know what's going on. Let me see if I could change this. Stop sharing. Okay. Jeez. There you go. Okay. Now we're back. Okay. Thank you. So I went over that. So January was 7-2. Okay, 7 wins, 2 lessons. SPS 500. Somebody may say, no, no, that was still a win in my book. Okay, good for you. Okay. Like I said last week, I didn't trade anyway. So, you know, but whoever did got it. If you did well last week with trading, y'all, please make sure y'all share it. I would really appreciate it if you shared your results. You don't have to put the amount of money you made if you're not comfortable with it. If you are comfortable with it, by all means, do that. If you're comfortable putting a percentage that your account grew, put that. If you're comfortable with putting, hey, yes, I won. If you're comfortable with putting, hey, I took some lessons last week, put that because what you put out there it's going to help people in the long run, okay? We want to make sure we're helping folks because trading is not always like you win every single trade and you're making millions of dollars every single, month and every single year. Like not everybody has those type of results, okay? And we want to make sure that we're being as authentic as possible on this channel and the people who are tuning in and commenting are being authentic on this channel. We're having integrity and we're telling the truth, y'all. Okay. So a little bit of Forex news. I almost told it, but yes, so gold did hit a new all-time high. It created one last week. It surpassed that one. And again, like I said, that was because of the tariff talk. Okay. So I put it on the slide. Ain't that something? See, I knew I read it because I'm like, I wrote it down or typed it out. But yeah, so 25%. And this was put out actually on so it was talks of it, but confirmed on Saturday. Like, hey, next week these things are happening. It was actually confirmed on Saturday. So that's the reason why gold ended up hitting that new all-time high, y'all. And I was excited about that, like after the fact, when I saw it, when I was looking, what was that yesterday? Yeah, because today Monday. So when I was looking Sunday at the market, I was like, oh, that's so awesome. You know what I'm saying? No, that was Saturday. I was looking at it. And I was like, oh, that's great. Go hit a new all-time high, but I missed it. But anyway, so tomorrow there is some more news. Y'all, listen, at this point, if I were you, because there's so much going on, President Trump, this is still, this is his first quarter in office, for this year. And so there's a whole lot of stuff being ironed out. There are conversations being had. There are things happening, y'all. There's a lot of stuff that's impacting the way the market is moving for us when we're talking about things that are paired with US dollar, the indices. our precious metals, oil, all of these things are being impacted. So just make sure that you're paying close attention, not just to Forex Factory, but you need to be paying attention to when the president is like having some type of response to, let's say, the president of Mexico. I know that folks don't like it, but when he says stuff, the market reacts. When he says stuff, the market reacts. So if I were you, again, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I were you, I would be really listening closely to when the president of the United States is saying stuff, because I'm telling y'all now, the investors are paying attention. Okay, because they got a lot of money tied up in these markets, and so they want to make sure that they're putting their coins in the right spot. And so if I were you, I would be doing the same thing the big money investors are doing, and they're listening to what he's saying, not just like Forex Factory and whatnot. Okay, so investing.com is another good place that you all can look as well. Um, just to kind of see what's going on in the economy. They drop a lot of stuff like super fast too. Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, like all of these places are really good about putting out information as like really fast, so that way like, oh, that's why the market just plummeted the way it did, or that's why this particular currency pair plummeted like it did. Somebody put in there, Devin, they put in that live stream with Peter Touchman, they put in there GBP USD. They were talking about they lost a bunch of money trading GBP USD today. And I'm like, "Ugh," like, sorry. Sorry for you, because I traded gold today. I didn't do anything. I did one trade, and that was gold today. And I looked at it. That was at, I say, 5 o'clock this morning. I was looking at it, and I was like, this keep going. I'm gonna be in the trade at like 6 o'clock. And sure enough, it confirmed. And then I jumped in that trade at 6 o'clock. As soon as 6 o'clock hit, I was in the trade, and then I set my parameters, and I was like, I'm setting my take profit. I kid you not, I set my take profit for the last all-time high that was made last week. I set my take profit for that one, and then I just rolled trailing stop. I rolled it up, and that thing just went past that. And I'm like, oh well, my take profit was the previous all-time high. So yeah, today was a really great day because that was like I think like 180 something pips that I got this morning. And once that trade closed out, I was like, I'm done for the day. I'm not looking at nothing else. That's a wrap. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I just went on about my day. So yeah, we have to be very careful, y'all. But listen, please listen to what US President Trump is saying, because it's definitely gonna move the markets, okay? So, so yeah, that's that Forex news. Y'all see, this is on forexfactory.com. Again, don't just rely on forexfactory.com. Make sure y'all listening to Bloomberg. Um, y'all can actually have that up. You can set alerts or whatnot, like listening to Yahoo Finance, or getting information from Yahoo Finance. Definitely, yeah. If I were you, I would be on uh X right now. I got it. There are a lot of people who don't care for Elon Musk, and I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. If you are a trader, being on X is probably going to be your best bet to get immediate information, because when I say, like, every time President Trump said something, they're on there, because I'm a crypto investor. So a lot of crypto investors are very heavy in economics. Like, they're really concerned about the economy and whatnot. So they're constantly posting. As soon as something is said, as soon as something's dropped, they're putting it on X. So I'm just saying, if I were you, okay, that is another way to at least know when something is dropped, and then you could go do the research yourself, okay, and then of course line it up with the charts to see, oh yeah, that makes sense why price did X, Y, and Z. Okay, so this is what's happening tomorrow. All right, US has job openings. That's at 9 a.m. This is Central Standard Time. Each one of these times is Central Standard Time. So if you're planning on or considering trading anything paired with the US dollar, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or Central Standard Time, you either need to already be out the trade, your profit needs to either already be secured, or that just means you need to wait until afterwards, okay, and check it out later. Just be honest. Because again, the markets have been moving crazy. So with all this tariff talk and uncertainty with the investors, so this is not the time to be playing games. It's really not. Okay. So that's it with that. So last week, our top three biggest movers in the Forex market, right? Because we can trade cryptocurrency in the Forex market. So one of our biggest movers was Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped over 6,000 pips, and then it went up over 3,000 pips, but it dropped over 6,000 pips in less than 24 hours. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is the second week in a row. Now, I'm not telling anyone who is not proficient with trading Forex to go over here and start putting your money in Bitcoin. Number one, you don't want to do that because it's very easy for you to get your head knocked off. And it's very easy for you to blow an account like them people was talking on it live today. Okay. So this is not for the people who are like skittish. You already not really having great results when it comes to trading in the forex market. Like, keep your tail in forex, okay? But if you are proficient with trading forex and you have the capital to trade Bitcoin because your account can handle the very high spreads, the cost to enter a trade with a Bitcoin trade, then I'm telling y'all now, you need to start looking at trading Bitcoin, or at least looking at the markets when it comes to Bitcoin. Start looking at the markets Sunday evening. So like between 6 and 7 p.m. is when of course, normally the forex market open, but remember cryptocurrency is 24/7. So the market is constantly going. So between 6 and 7 is when you might start to see the movement occurring, like patterns appearing, consistent, trend happening and whatnot. This is the time for you to start looking at it. And that's only for my people who have experience trading, who are profitable trading in the forex market, and you have the capital to support entering the trade for Bitcoin. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all now, if somebody asks a question, can I start trading Bitcoin with $500 in my account? You can, but is it wise? Absolutely not. Okay. 2,500, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Like, seriously, y'all, I'm not playing. You should not go into the crypto space trading Bitcoin specifically with less than $2,000. I wouldn't do it if I were you. And this is from the past, me starting out, not knowing any better, doing that. Okay. Starting with 200 and 250. And I did one time, I did it for 500 and I still blew that account. And I was like, what the heck? Like I could, but trading crypto is totally different. Not totally different. It's just a different animal. The volatility is there clearly, as you can see. In less than 24 hours, you dropping 6,000 pips. Okay. So that's our biggest mover. Another big mover was GBP JPY, and this is more our currency pairs. Is normally between USD JPY and GBP JPY. Those two are typically our biggest movers week after week. Okay. GBP JPY, that one dropped as well, over 300 pips. And then US 30 was the only one out of the three that actually went up in price. That one went up over 700 pips last week. So if anyone traded any of those things, if you made money, if you lost money, still, regardless, I want you to put it in the chat so that way somebody can learn from you. Okay, they can learn from your mistakes, or they can celebrate you. We can celebrate you because you did win. And listen, if you took a lesson in the market but you figured out what it was that happened, like whether it was something you did wrong or it was just market conditions, regardless of what, we can still celebrate that, because you knowing what happened that contributed to that lesson, that's a really great thing, because not a lot of people learn their lesson. There are people that continue to lose, 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 and then continue to blow accounts, and they're wondering how in the world I end up 50K in the hole talking about I'm trading, but I don't lost $50,000, and I don't took this out of my retirement fund. Okay, so you don't want to be that person. If you learned a lesson and something stood out to you, and you said, "Oh, now I know," then that's something worth celebrating. Okay, so those were our biggest movers for last week. It says, yes, I marked it over the weekend and kept seeing it drop. I'm telling you, Bitcoin was just sliding down. But this is the crazy part. After that massive drop, the price shot up. That happened this week too. They happened this week too. I'm probably gonna mark up Bitcoin. Because like I've already said, you know, I'm anticipating the price continues to go down. Like the all-time high for Bitcoin is over. All right, so now it's gonna do the whole ranging, it's gonna consolidate and whatnot, and then it's gonna drop. Then it's gonna range and consolidate and all that stuff, then it's gonna drop. It's gonna do that for the next year and some change, right? Then it's gonna start to, once it hits its floor, then it's gonna start to slowly creep up. Okay, but it's gonna do the same thing again. It's gonna move up, then it's gonna consolidate, then it's gonna drop a bit, then it's gonna push up, and it's gonna do the same old thing over and over again. Now that's what Bitcoin does. Okay. So I'm only looking for sales with Bitcoin. I'm not buying it at all because the all-time high is over. In my humble opinion, because I've done my research. Now, if something happens and it just surprisingly makes an all-time high, then I'll be like, God dang. I will admit that I'm wrong, but historically, it was two all-time highs, one in December of 2024 and on Inauguration Day. The only reason why that happened was because that was a big economic event. So yeah, investors are excited. Crypto investors are excited because their president dropped a meme coin, right? And talking about pro crypto, possible 0% capital gains tax for crypto investors. All of this stuff that sounds really great. So of course, there should be some type of spike, right? And that's what happened. And then guess what? Ever since then, it's just go down. All right. I got it. It came back up a bit today, but again, I'm not buying Bitcoin. As far as trading goes, I'm not buying Bitcoin. I'm going to be looking for sales and sales only, me personally. All right. So, but anyway, so let me get off my soapbox. So let's go back to the chart and start marking up. Yes, I can mark up GBP USD. We can check that out. So I'm gonna do GBP USD pretty fast. I'm gonna do my best to be fast. Why is this not sharing? There you go. Okay, so y'all should be seeing my screen now. Hopefully it's showing my screen. Okay, I think it's showing my screen. It's showing stop sharing up here. Okay, so I'm gonna go to GBP JPY. Not GBP JPY. Jesus. GBP USD. I'm gonna knock this out real quick. And then I'll do update goal. And I'm going to do Bitcoin. Come on. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to refresh it because sometimes it does that. Yep, there it is. Okay, GBP USD. Okay, bam. So let's do this. I have not marked this up in a long time. So as you can see, let me just go ahead and delete all this because I don't even know. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Last time I marked this up, and let me hide this too. So for those that are tuning in, watching a replay, because you have never ever watch watch this before and it's your first time, thank you so very much for watching replay. If there's someone new jumping on live right now, if you are just now jumping on live and you are new to this YouTube channel, thank you so very much for tuning in. Share, let a friend know that we are talking about trading and we're on GBP USD right now, and I am doing something called a top down analysis. I go from the month down to the week to the day. And all I do is go to the previous month high and identify that. And I do the same thing for the previous month low. Then I do the previous week high, which is what I'm doing right now. And then I go find the previous week low. Okay. I identify that. And then I do the same thing. I go down to the day, down to the day. And then I'm looking for the previous day, which is this one, because this is today, which is what's happening right now. So I'm going to identify the previous day high and then also identify the previous day low. So Leona, why do you do that? Well, I do that because price has a tendency, the market has a tendency to return to areas that it has been before. Okay. I saw something today when I was marking up Ethereum because not only do I trade every blue moon now, I don't trade Ethereum as much as I do Bitcoin, but I also invest in Ethereum. And so I noticed something today when I was marking it up, and I was like, wow, it's hit the same area 3 times. Huh. Well, is it going to come back? You know, like, are we going to see a return? So that's all I was doing. So that's the reason why I love doing the top-down analysis, because it helps me to identify areas where I could potentially enter the market or exit the market, or it tells me, hey, you might want to push pause here, right? And wait for a better setup to consider entering. Sorry, to consider entering. So I'm gonna do, because price did come here and push down. Because I want to see if we have GBP USD going down more. Okay, because it's been buying for a while. So let's see if it goes back down, or if that was just pullback, because that could just be a bit of deep pullback, and then it's going back into a buy. You never know. All right, so I use the Fibonacci. I'm identifying something called supply zone. Okay, up here is a supply zone. So this is just pretty much telling me price could come in here and stall out, consolidate, go sideways, right? It could slow down here, okay, and then go up, or it could slow down here and then push down, okay? Or it could just touch this and then push down like it did here. Boom. So price hit here, push down, hit here, push down, hit here, push down, got close, push down, okay? None of them close, none of them continue to like close way above it, okay? But this is not a guarantee, because nothing in trading is guaranteed, right? But this just helps me to identify if I should even consider trading something too. Because even in this case, like, because everything looks so close together, for me, I would be like, I don't know if I would even attempt. You know what I'm saying? So for a sale, so like if I'm gonna do it. Look, I'm just gonna show y'all right now. So like if I'm saying, hey, I want to see if this is gonna sell, well, I already know this is my previous week low, and this is the bottom of the golden zone from the fib, right? Which is a strong retracement that a lot of us use. So you know what I'm gonna do? This is gonna be my area to tell me if price breaks and close, then we have a pretty strong sale. If you disagree, let me know. If you agree, let me know. Right? Oops. I need to change that to say break and close below. Below. Right? Because we have two things in the same exact spot. Right? And then you have prices come here. Here, here, here. That's 3 times. Here, here. That's four or 5. Here, 6. See that? Okay. So you got 6 times prices come in this area. So for me, I'm like, yep, I need to, I wouldn't say sell right off the bat until price clears this. Now we got all this room here. Clearly, there's going to be some gaps that need to be filled, and we can identify some profit areas in between here. But this is a lot of room to potentially make money should price break and close below here. Okay, does this retracement thing, right? It does this little quick pullback and then comes back and give us a good strong sell. Okay, strong sell confirmation, I should say. So I'm going to do my vertical line here. All right, and let me look to the left here and see. So I eyeball real quick. I keep forgetting about this. So looks like I see this one because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the price is hovering here. It came up here in resistance. So support, resistance, resistance, resistance. A bit of resistance, almost support. It just broke through a little bit. Support, support, support. So this is a lot of activity, right, in this area. So if we have break and close below here, what is the potential gain? This is going to be give or take, okay? So depending on how much movement happens once it breaks and close below, you're looking at 60 pips give or take, okay? Now again, the movement of price is going to eat into that. All right, so that's one. That's one profit area. And then we have a second one underneath that, right? So we got this one. That's another 42, 44 pips, roughly. Okay, and then this one. Boom. So now we have 3 for potential sale. So let me go here. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. If you're like, Leona, I scalp, I'm going to be doing, you do what you do as a scalper. Okay. You do what you do. If whatever works for you, run that play. Okay. But I'm talking about for my people who day trade, like myself, you want to be in and out of the trade that day. You're fine with holding it for an hour, 2, 3 hours, whatever. Just as long as you're out of the trade that day, that trading day. Okay. More than likely, this would be a good setup. Again, you just need to make sure the risk to reward is there. Okay. That's going to determine at this stage you'll take profit one or not. Okay. Risk to reward is there, run it. If it's not, move to this one. Okay. But we need to see break and close below here. I thought I got rid of this. It's not gone all the way, y'all. It's like it still comes back. Like that mucus just all right. Okay, so I want to see break and close. I need to see it pull up a bit. If it come all the way back up, that's great. Okay, but once it pulls back, then I want to see a new sale appear. Okay, I need a confirmation for that sale. Once I have my confirmation for that sale, now I'm going to calculate where I'm looking to enter and then the profit areas. All right, where I'm looking to enter and the profit areas. Then I also want to make sure that I'm looking at how far up is my stop loss going to be in the sale. All right. So if I know how much I stand to lose, first, I'm less likely to just jump into the market because I'm not comfortable with that amount of loss. So I'm going to probably look for something else. If I'm comfortable with that amount of loss, then yes, I'm going to move forward. Okay. So know what you plan to, what you could potentially lose, and then look at how much you stand to gain and make your decision moving forward. All right. So when it comes to the buy, I don't want to use this because I'm sorry, y'all, but like just looking at this, it's too much traffic for me. It is, because even if I say, oh yeah, if it break close above this, okay, yeah, but you have the bottom of the supply zone. You have you had the top of the supply zone. So these are like two checkpoints, right? Before price can even come up to this previous week high. So from the top of this one, the top of the supply zone to the top of the to the previous week high, that's 32 pips for a day trader. I'm not being funny, y'all. I mean, that's all right. But what if you're stuck in that trade for like 7, 8 hours? What if that trade rolls over to the next day? That eats into your profit. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Because again, y'all, this supply zone is one of those areas where price could consolidate. So I personally would not be looking to enter trade until it clear all of that. I mean, I know some people be like, I ain't doing all that. Well, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay? You do what your heart desires. If it were me, I would not be considering this until it done cleared all of that. Oops, wrong button. So I need to see a break and close above for buy. Okay? And the unfortunate part is, so even when it does that, let me see how many pips this could potentially be. So you're looking at 58 pips, give or take, depending on how much this runs up. So again, you may still see 40 pips, 35 pips, maybe, depending on how much it runs up. I don't know. So, but nonetheless, CP1 for buy. There you go. Okay. I know it may be unpopular. You do what you do. Whatever it make you money, you run with that. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on the hour. So let me squeeze this a bit. And there's GBP USD. Man, my charts be looking clean, neat. You know what I'm saying? It don't look too bulky to me. But anyway. All right, so let me do gold real quick. So we have GBP USD. We're going to do gold. So this is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show y'all something real quick. This is what I did today. So I said this morning I was looking at 5 a.m., right? So this is 3, 4, 5. Yep. So I was looking at it at 5 a.m. and I was like, huh. Now, mind y'all, I told you I've been using the EMA lately because stuff been a little bit different with this new president in office in the United States. So I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not about to play games, okay? I gotta just be cautious here. So anyway, so I use the EMA. I do the 50 EMA. You use whatever works for you, okay? I use the 50 EMA because I've been using that for trading in the crypto market for like years, okay? And the 50 worked just fine for me. All right. So anyway, when I saw this at 5, I was like, yo, like if this thing close in a buy and it's above this EMA, yo, that tariff talk, yeah, the investors are nervous. So there's a potential for gold going to the previous all-time high. You know what I'm saying? It might go past a little bit, but it is definitely gonna go to that all-time high. Like that's where my mind was at, right? Because last week it made a new all-time high. This is the all-time high from last week. So I'm like, gold gonna hit that all-time high. And sure enough, 5 o'clock when the market when it closed at 6 o'clock, I'm in that thing. I jumped in, and then of course this is my take profit. I didn't want to be greedy and all that stuff. I was just like, nah, I'm anticipating it hitting that previous all-time high, you know. Um, yeah, so when you want to do the indicator, I put in the exponential. So I have moving average exponential. So you type in moving average, they have a whole bunch of different types, but I use the exponential, so EMA, and then I change it. So it normally comes up, I think the default setting is 9, if I'm not mistaken. So I just change it to what I did. There you go. I just changed it to 50. I didn't change anything else down here. I just changed length to 50. That's it. Okay. Um, and I've been using the 50 EMA for like since 2021. So yeah, and never had an issue. Um, so yeah, so that's what happened with gold for me today. And again, I could see gold continue to go up until there is clear understanding of how these tariffs are going to work. Then you may start to see, I may start to see gold balance out a bit, you know. But until then, I could see gold just continue to make those highs because people are nervous. You know, investors are super nervous right now. All right, so we have a new month. So I'm going to update, update. Let me cut that off because I don't want to hear a commercial. So I gotta make a new oh, it's right here. So I changed this to my month and then I delete that. Did I lock it? Okay, yeah, that's locked. Let's see. I don't have another one. Oh, there you go. Okay, I'm like, I know it's another one. I gotta make this a bit wider. But yeah, so hopefully this is helping someone. Okay. Hopefully this is helping y'all to understand or at least get a better idea of how I trade. You know what I'm saying? So you're not like, I don't get it, Leona. Like, how are you seeing it? What are you seeing? You know, hopefully you're understanding what I see. But a friendly reminder, y'all, I use candlestick patterns. Okay. I don't lean heavily on indicators. I just use them to confirm what I'm seeing with the um, candlestick patterns because the candlestick patterns tell me what I'm looking for in the market. So I could delete all this now because this is gone. Like the market is blown through that. Okay, so the previous week high is the same as the previous month high. So I'm only going to have one blue line. And I don't think I said it when I was telling y'all about me going through and doing my top-down analysis. Y'all, I changed the colors so that way I know which line represents what time frame. Okay, so orange for me is month. So I know when I see an orange line, that's the month. When I see the blue line, like the North Carolina blue line, then I know that that is my week. When I see yellow, that lets me know, hey, that's my day. Okay, so um, I that really does help me because I really want to know like stuff, but I'll be like, oh man, like, and it wasn't until I want to say maybe 2 years ago is when I was on a call with someone who was teaching me originally, like some years back, and they was like, "Yeah, I color code my stuff," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I think about that? Why wasn't I color coding my lines?" So I've been doing it since then because I was just having like all my lines pretty much like the same color, or I would just do like my take profit was always green, and I would do like a stop loss, or I would have like a white line saying this is gonna be my entry. You know what I'm saying? But that was it. You know, it wasn't like easier for me to spot like it is now. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this now because that's just gone. All right, so so I'm gonna use this last drop here since this is a week high or week low. I'm gonna use this last one to see if price pushes down and then goes back into a buy from here. So yeah. There we go. And again, y'all, this the I know not everybody use the Fibonacci the same, okay? You do what works for you. If you say, hey, I do this, that, and the third, and it works for me, don't change what's working for you because of what I'm showing you. Stick to what is working for you. Okay? Seriously, y'all. Stick to what is working for you. Oh, would you look at that? These old take profit points are close to the demand zone. Eh, uh-oh. Well, I'll be. Okay. Like they were super close. Okay, we change this. And so again, the demand zone is just pretty much an area where price could potentially come in, consolidate, right? And then make a decision. Okay. Does it always happen that way? Absolutely not. There are some times where price just blow straight through it. Okay. Or it may touch the top of the demand zone and then push back up. All right, anything is possible, y'all. But just having these areas to pay attention to say, should I consider this trade or should I move on to something else because it's not a lot of traffic? Okay, that's just how I look at it. All right, if it's too much going on in one area, I'll move on to something else. That's just me. I like stuff that's less complicated. Okay, so in this case, we see. Let me go to 1 hour. And so like here, here y'all, you have the previous month high here, previous day high, they're right next to each other. So for me, it's like price is trapped right now. Okay, this is a trap. So if it were me, I would say, hey, if price closes, breaks and close below the previous month high, then we could see a sale at least to this what golden zone, because this golden zone, the 50%, 61.8%, this is a pretty strong retracement area. So that just means price could push down here. Okay, it may play around in here, or it may push down and then bust back up and then create a new all-time high. Okay, there it is. All right, I'm going to change this to all-time high for today. And this is 2, 3, 25. All right, and then I'm gonna remove this because we already know this all-time high is gone. Okay, ain't worried about it because it's a new all-time high. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. And if it breaks and close above this, I have no data right now to tell me where gold is gonna go. Okay, so if I were you, okay, if I were you, I would be very, very cautious. Very cautious because you have no idea how far, above. You have no idea how far up it's gonna go. I can't give you a profit point. And if it were me, which it won't be because I'm not gonna buy, I'm not gonna put in a trade for a buy with gold until I have data to tell me, hey, this is where it could potentially go. I don't have it. I can't buy. I'm not gonna buy. Again, whatever works for you, you do that. But as for me, I'm not buying gold because I have no data. This is an all-time high. Okay. Price has not been here before above this. So I don't know where it's gonna go. I'm risky, but I'm not that risky. All right. So I will be looking for an opportunity to sell. I don't know why I did that. I was thinking about the all-time high. I'll be looking for an opportunity to sell. Now, here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. Because of what's going on in the market. This would be risky as well. And you would probably need to play this close. Not even gonna lie. If you're really great at scalping, you'll be good. Okay. For those of us that are day traders, you really probably need to consider activating a trailing stop loss. Because again, the uncertainty right now, until there's a clear understanding of how these tariffs are going to impact entrepreneurs and investors and whatnot, and these big corporations and small business and everybody in between, like until that is understood, like across the board, I just don't trust that gold is really going to go down like massively. Okay. I just don't trust it. So for me, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be trailing my stop loss. Okay, not even playing. Cause I don't want to give back them gains that I made today. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, why? So I want to see price push down, do a bit of a pullback, okay? And I want to see a strong confirmation for a sale. I see a strong confirmation for a sale, and the risk to reward is there, then absolutely I can take it, okay? So I see price hovered, played around here. Shucks. It played around in here. So you got one, and then all of this here, and then over here, and then it kind of came over here. But yeah, so that's one. Um, this would be too close. This would be way too close up here. So yeah, so this would give us room. I think that if anything, gold could potentially push here and then push back up. If the clarity is not there with the tariffs and whatnot, and there's more nonsense that happens, right? And investors is like, what the heck? I could definitely see gold at least coming here and then push back up. But if the confidence starts to build up, then yeah, gold could come back down. Okay. So definitely, but again, y'all, I'm telling you, if I were you, day traders, that's DT, activate trailing stop loss. That's what TSL means. Day traders, activate trailing stop loss. Can't say I ain't warn you. Okay. And then this will be potentially, if the confidence is really there, then TP2, okay, for a sale. But again, if I were you, activate trailing stop loss. Don't play with your money, y'all. Don't be giving your money back to this market because you trying to be greedy. This is definitely not the time. This is not the season. This is not the time to be greedy. Okay. All right. So we could do this one too. And then if you want to use those demand zones, by all means, use the demand zones. But with everything for a sale, you need to activate the trailing stop loss, y'all. I'm not playing. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna do for gold. This could be 4 and 5, but I just really don't see. I'm pretty confident about this one. Okay. A little less confident about here. Definitely less confident about down here. Okay. But I can see this. I can see this. All right. So there we go. Gold is knocked out. Okay. So we have GBP USD, we have gold, and then I'm gonna show y'all Bitcoin real quick. I marked this up. Was it today? Did I mark this up today? Let me see. I did. I did. Yes. Okay. So I just need to update the date because that was earlier today. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do Bitcoin, and this is for my people who listen. You don't have to trade Bitcoin. You might just be curious about it. I got it. Okay, I totally understand. But again, this is trading Bitcoin. The spreads are ridiculously high, y'all. So trading Bitcoin is definitely not for a person who doesn't have a lot of capital, and you don't have the data to tell you like, hey, I'm nice when it comes to trading, and I should continue. I should move into crypto. Like this ain't the place for you to experiment. I'm not even gonna lie. You'll get discouraged like really fast, and you can lose your money fast too. Okay, so just looking at this on the hour, y'all, I'm gonna pull up the EMA so you can see. So I only trade Bitcoin when the candlesticks are below the EMA for sale or when it's above for buy. But here's the kicker though. There has to be other things to tell me that. So, like in this case, yeah, I got it. The candlesticks are above the EMA, but look at what's right here. There's a day high here. So for me, this is telling me, guess what I need to put? I need price to break and close above this day high, above for me to even consider the buy. And the EMA still has to be below the candlesticks, right? So I need both of those things to happen at the same time. Okay. And not only that, I need my candlestick pattern to be there for a bullish entry. Okay. So those three things. One, I need to see a bullish candlestick pattern present and confirmed. Two, I'm gonna need that candlestick pattern, that bullish candlestick pattern, to confirm above here. Okay. And number three, I need the EMA to be below the candlesticks. Got it? If all three of those things happen, y'all, then and only then can I be like, all right, bet I could take this thing for a buy. Okay. And you can use that same logic when it comes to trading your currency pairs, indices, all of that. Okay. But again, with everything, you always want to back test to make sure those things work for you and what you're trading. All right. So, okay. So I'm looking to see what's the potential. Mm-mm. Hold up. Oh, yeah, yeah. So that was resistance, resistance, resistance. And then it turned into a bit of support. Okay. So how many pips roughly could this be? So I'm looking at over 1,800 pips. So yeah, this could definitely be my first one because that'll cover the cost to enter the trade. This could be the second, third. Okay, bet. So, and I know somebody might be like, oh, they look so close. Listen, this is crypto. This is Bitcoin specifically. Your spreads are high. You trust me, you're gonna be fine. Okay. You're gonna need that. TP1 for buy. Now again, y'all, I personally am not buying Bitcoin as far as trading goes because I'm just looking for the sale. Okay. Me personally, I'm just looking for the sale to trade. Okay. If you want to buy and you're like, hey, but it says, do you? I gave you the blueprint. Okay, those three things. All right. But for me, all I'm doing is waiting for a sale. Okay. And I need a real deal sale because I know that's where the money gonna be at. Like that's where I'm gonna make the most money because the all-time high is over for Bitcoin. Again, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I don't think I'm wrong because I don't. I've done my research. Okay, not everybody can say they've done their research. So I see this right here, right here. Let me change this to white. I see one, two, three, and there's a doji candle on it and another candle that touched it. So yeah, so I would be anticipating if um three things have to happen. One, price has to break and close below here. Let me put this on here. Break and close below for a sale. Okay, so there's three things that has to happen. One, there has to be a strong sale confirmation for me. I do candlestick patterns, okay? So it has to be a strong sale confirmation. Two, it has to break and close below here. Three, the EMA has to be on top of the candlesticks. If I don't have all three of those things, guess what, y'all? I'm not entering a trade for a sale. Everybody got it, okay? So you can say whatever you want, but for me, I would not enter. All right, so looks like here would be, let me see, because I see this one. We change this to green. And if y'all have any questions, feel free. Like seriously, feel free to type them in here. Let me see if it's another one. Let's see. Oh, look like this is the second one. Mm, 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 mm. Um, that one didn't touch it. I thought that one was gonna touch it. Ah, um, what about this? If y'all have any questions, though, feel free type it in the chat. I could probably do all three, actually. That looks better though. That one looked way better. That one is way better. Okay, so Bitcoin may hit here, but it's just two touches. So it's not like, well, like strong. Let me see how many pips that would be in between the two. That'll determine if I keep it or not. But if y'all have any questions or comments, if this is helping you, let me know it's helping you. If you're like, yeah, oh, that's 600 pips. Yeah, yeah, I'm keeping it. If you're like, yeah, this is helping me, Leona, great. Share the video. Yeah, we don't hold on to information, man. We'll hold on to information. I see something. Let me see if I see it on a 4 hour too. Looks like an imbalance here. So that means there's more than likely an imbalance on the 1 hour. It is. Okay, so I'm probably going to, no, I'm not going to delete it because I use this. There we go. Excuse me. So I'm going to put in here imbalance 4 hour. This is today. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Oh my gosh. And this is 4 hour. Okay. There we go. All right, bet. So yeah, price could definitely come in here for a sale because it's an imbalance that needs to be filled. How soon it's gonna fill, don't know, but um, this could definitely play out this week the way Bitcoin moves. This could happen overnight, okay? But definitely this week it could play out. All right. So I have all of the profit areas. Let me just type them in here. Again, please, with anything you do, make sure you do your research to make sure this is something that works for you. Again, these only will be take profit areas depending on risk to reward for me, and the sale has to meet those three criteria. If it don't meet those three, I cannot, I will not, I shall not enter a trade for a sale. Okay? Not at all. Nope, nope, nope. Sure won't. Cause again, I nobody likes to lose money, and I sure don't like to lose money. So, oops, what in the world? Why it came out so small? Get up there. Okay, bam. So now Bitcoin is marked. All right, and I'm gonna save. Okay. So there you go. So again, y'all, I am not personally going to be trading a buy for Bitcoin because I believe the all-time high is gone and there's less money to be made that way. However, I will be looking for the sale because I personally feel because of my trading experience with Bitcoin, there's more money to be made in the sale than it is for a buy. Okay. Um, because all-time highs have been hit, the run up is over for now. Okay, for this cycle, the run up for Bitcoin is over. So yeah, could it go up some thousands of pips? Yes, it could. 3,000, 4,000 pips. It could, but creating a new all time high, I don't see that. Right. So that's the reason why I said I'm good on that. I'd rather just focus on the sale. All right. So hopefully this helped. If it did, again, let me know. And then definitely share, y'all. Sharing is caring. Okay. So let's do this. Now we have Bitcoin, GBP USD, and what you call it? That is it. That is all. Yes, have a good night. For sure. And I'll let her know. I'll let her know. I'll let her know. I'm gonna text you too, Devin. Tomorrow, not tonight, tomorrow. So for those of you that have not participated in anything, and you're like, you know what, Leona, I really want to learn how to trade. I really want to just kind of get this under my belt, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. Then right now, what I am doing in honor of my ancestors, right? Black History Month. There's a whole movement happening on TikTok that I really love, and I'm like, well, let me figure out how I can fit into this. Um, I already give a lot of free information out anyway, every single week, clearly, and within the community. But I figured I could do something else, do a bit of a discount for people, right? Because I have updated Day Trading 101, and there's a whole system now. I don't have to do a whole lot. Everything should be readily available to you. Information is super clear. You're getting workbooks, you're getting all kind of stuff with this software. So I'm really hoping that what I put into it, it is properly received and very, very clearly understood and easily applicable, right? That's what I want. I want you to be able to get into this market after these 30 days or however long it takes you to utilize or go through the entire Day Trading 101. Um, I want you to be able to go and say, you know what, I've made my money, like, because I did every single step. It makes perfect sense to me. Okay. So this program, Day Trading 101, is for my busy people. It's self-paced. Again, it's part of a software, so I don't have to do anything. You get on there, you log in, and you go follow along according to your schedule. Okay. So it's designed to only be 30 days, but again, it's self-paced. So if it takes you longer than 30 days, don't beat yourself up because I got it. Like life happens, but just don't take so long that you forget the information because you're not applying it. Okay. The good thing is you have access to it for a whole year. Okay. So once you pay the 199, then you can go and you have a whole year to go through 30 days worth of information. Okay. And you go back, rewind, replay, whatever. There are quizzes, there's homework. Um, like I said, there's quizzes, workbooks, all kind of stuff. Okay. That should definitely prepare you for these markets. Keep coming to these live sessions as well, because this is kind of like a way for you to do a Q&A, right? So if you've completed the Day Trading 101 and you're seeing how I trade, you're seeing the setups, you see how I mark, right? How I'm going to enter a trade, how where I'm looking for me to exit, because this is where I'm looking for profit. You can ask your questions on here because you've attended, right? And you should be able to go out here and make some money. You definitely should be able to go out here and make some money within the next. If you do it in 6 months or less, that's really good. That's right on track with what I anticipate. But there are some people it takes them a bit longer because life happens to them. So this is available for the month of February again because Black History. I want to rep my ancestors very strong, and this is one of the ways that I'm doing it. One of the many ways that I'm doing it. Okay, so you can scan the QR code, click the link for the Day Trading 101, and it's automatically set up for $199 instead of the original $299. Okay, so that's it, y'all. That is all I have. If y'all don't have any questions or any other comments, don't forget to share, 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 share. Okay. And once you have shared, then come back here next week. I don't know why this is not working, so let me um I don't know what happened. Anyway. So yeah. See what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so next live market analysis is going to be on the 10th, y'all. 10th, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific. Y'all, if this time is not working for y'all, listen, I'm all open for I do votes, I do polls and whatnot. But I just want you all to get the information, apply the information, and go get your money. Okay. 2025 is definitely going to be a pivotal year for a lot of us, and it's going to be a crucial year for a lot of people. And I want you to be on the right side of that, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. So continue to tune in. See me next week and let me know how trading works out for you this week. Okay. So y'all have a great night. Remember what the legend Arthur Ashe said, and that is start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.